What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
If you haven't heard about the new iCarly revival, what have you been doing with your life? A reboot of the show was announced in December of 2020 and will pick up where the original series left off. The show is being made exclusively for the Paramount Plus streaming service. We expect the show to air sometime in 2021 or 2022. But did you know that it may explain what happened to Carly's parents? Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. The Nickelodeon classic sitcom iCarly has officially been granted the green light by Paramount Studios. The show originally premiered back in 2007, but it will not be making its way to the Paramount Plus streaming service, currently known as CBS All Access. We know that many of the original characters will return to the series, but specifics around iconic characters like Sam and Gibby are still up in the air. More on that in just a moment. TV Line broke the news to fans in early December 2020 and explained that Miranda Cosgrove, Jerry Trainor, and Nathan Kress have all signed on to the series and will be reprising their roles as Carly, Spencer, and Freddie, respectively.
If you want to have a magical night.
Gibby, how did you...
I have no idea.
The studio hasn't announced a release date just yet, but fans have been going nuts online, screaming about the series coming back in 2021. While it would be incredible to see the show premiere so soon, we don't want to jump the gun and say that, without a doubt, the show will premiere this year. The writers are still in the early phases of creating the show, so it will probably be several months before filming begins, and even more months for editing. Stuff like this can take a long time to create, film, and produce, so we will have to be patient. But really, Paramount, can we hurry this process along? We all need more iCarly.
You want to humiliate me on the web in front of millions of people? Go ahead and just do it. I don't care. Get back at me for all the mean things I've said.
Now for the bad news. At the moment, we don't know for sure if either Gibby or Sam will be returning to the show. Noah Monk, the legendary actor who played Gibby, has since moved on to other projects. He has taken roles in several shows and even had a small stint as a musician. More recently, he has been holding down a recurring role in the series The Goldbergs, and this isn't a series that he wants to let go of. Hollywood contracts can be super weird, and he may be prohibited from performing in other series while The Goldbergs is still on the air. We don't know this for sure, but Noah has not been confirmed as a returning character. Several people reached out to showrunner Jay Kogan on Twitter and asked about Noah. Jay simply responded, "We've approached him." It's possible, at the moment, that Noah doesn't even know if he will be able to return. We know Noah and his brother both loved their time on the show, and we hope that they will both be able to return, but we just can't say for sure right now. To make matters worse, we also don't know if Sam will be returning to the show either. Jennette McCurdy has been outspoken about her troubles while filming iCarly. She struggled with illness throughout the series and even spoke out against the show's creator and producer, Dan Schneider. Jennette made some serious allegations against Dan, and Nickelodeon separated themselves from Dan and his company back in 2018. Dan had been working with Nickelodeon for several years and created some amazing shows like The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious, and Zoe 101. While these shows were hilarious, it seems like there could have been more going on behind the scenes than Nickelodeon would like us to know about.
Here's a sweet dessert from me to the iCarlys. Hugs and tickles, Neville.
Neville?
Either way, Jennette says she doesn't have many fond memories of the show and says that filming led to her developing an eating disorder, which caused her to lose one of her teeth. She also turned to alcohol when she wasn't able to deal with the pain the series had caused and later quit acting altogether. She has since focused her energy on her new podcast and her career as a director, but she has done her best to stay out of the spotlight over the last few years. We would hate to know that the show would continue without Sam. She was one of the most iconic characters Nickelodeon has seen, ever. Either way, we just want what is best for Jennette, and if she returns to the series, that will be amazing. But if she isn't able to, that'll be fine too. So long as she's safe, I think we can all agree that we will be just as happy with or without her in the new reboot.
What you got there?
It's a smoothie.
I think she meant the gigantic bird.
Oh.
When a Twitter user reached out to Jay Kogan about Jennette's return to the show, he said there will be no updates. We are just making our show, and if she chooses to come and play, there will always be room for her. He later said, "To us, there is no replacing Jennette. We wanted to leave the possibility open that she might come back, even for an episode or two." So what will the new series be about? We don't really know. The producers and showrunners have been pretty quiet about what direction the show will be taking. We know that the original series ended with Carly moving to Italy with her father, Colonel Shay. Her father was a member of the Air Force, but he would usually be stationed in submarines that would take him all over the world. At the end of the series, Carly ended her webcast and moved away from her friends. We assumed we'd never see her again, until now. Jay Kogan talked about the series on Twitter and said that the show is being created for an adult audience, but that's pretty much all he's revealed. He hasn't said much else about the show, and it doesn't seem like we will be getting many answers from him anytime soon. Considering CBS All Access and Paramount Plus are home to shows like Big Bang Theory, Criminal Minds, and Star Trek, she could literally be about anything.
That made this.
CBS owns a huge variety of shows, so we couldn't even begin to speculate what the new reboot could be about. We're just happy the show will pick up where it left off. I think all of us can agree that iCarly didn't end as well as we had hoped it would. Most fans are wondering how the show will return if it doesn't involve Carly renewing her interest in her webcast. I can personally think of 1,000 ways the series would continue without the iCarly webcast, but it seems like nearly everyone who is a fan of the show wants to see iCarly's famous show within a show return as well. Though that would be super difficult to pull off without Sam. It would be an interesting concept to see iCarly continue without Sam and make its way onto the screens of adults across the globe, but it seems like this would be super difficult for the creators to pull off. But who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Mrs. Benson, we already told Freddie he could have his date here.
Why here?
'Cause my brother's an amazing cook.
Another thing fans would love to see return is the Groovy Smoothie. Let's be real. Without the Groovy Smoothie, this show would be nothing. Tebow is one of iCarly's best characters, and it would be completely shocking to see the show return without Tebow and his famous tacos on a stick. For this to happen, Carly would need to return to Seattle. But at this point, I think it's safe to assume that she will. But that's just pure speculation. The final aspect of the show that we need to see explained is the strenuous romantic relationship between Carly and Freddie. We know Carly had a small fling with almost everyone who appeared on the iCarly show, but his relationship with Carly was certainly the most captivating and made more sense than Freddie ending up with Sam. Considering Sam is now out of the picture after she moved away with Kat, this leaves an open door for Freddie and Carly to finally be together. Will their relationship finally happen? Time will tell. But one thing is for sure, this show is going to be amazing and we cannot wait.
How do you get this up here?
I don't know, but there's no way I'm eating anything.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more great videos.